And we're back. That is none other than our esteemed violinist, who happens to also be Minister Louis Farrakhan. Do you remember I walked into the house one day, into your beautiful abode, and I'm thinking, gee, that music is great. I was waiting for you. You were, the brothers were treating me very nicely, and you came back, and I said, I really love that. It was Mendelssohn's Concerto in E flat for violin and orchestra. And I thought you were playing it. I didn't know. He said, I didn't know that, but you said, yes, I'm practicing. And I said, that was you. And of course, then you had the great concert out at the church, which was fantastic. Anyway, we are back. Suzanne Lemeneau from CBS News has a question. Minister Farrakhan, you said Iraq has been a debacle, but Afghanistan will be worse. What do you, in quote, of that is what you said, obviously, in my responding to my question. What do you propose as a solution to the situation, and what do you think President-elect Obama's best course of action would be?
To try to find the best way out of it, to me. Because the longer we stay, the more money we'll spend. The Taliban are getting stronger and stronger again, and putting more and more troops there to die would not be the wise thing to do. And if he can find the best exit strategy out of Afghanistan, I think it would be wise to do that. But I think pride in America and pride in our great military and hope to catch Osama bin Laden might cause us to stay and eat up more and more billions of dollars and more American troops dying, and then needing to find a way out to save face in the face of ever growing pressure and ever growing animosity in that area of the world.
What does it mean? What message does it send to other countries who obviously have a great dislike for us, for obvious reasons? One of the things that the president-elect said all during his campaign, which helped a lot before the economic collapse, but the big thing was the war. And he blamed everyone who voted for it. There were 24 senators that didn't vote for it, thank goodness, but the person he has selected as the vice president voted for the war. The person he has selected as the Secretary of State, Hillary Clinton, voted for the war. So that doesn't make a difference now? Or what do you think that means?
I think it suggests to me that Senator Hillary Clinton and Senator Biden, as well as many American congresspersons, well-meaning, are dependent upon the information that they get from their CIA and their intelligence gathering, and they are manipulated.
But what about the 24 that didn't vote for it? Our own senator didn't vote for it. Senator Durbin didn't vote for it. Senator Kennedy, in fact, I was in Washington, and I asked him, well, why did your seatmate vote for it? He said, I don't know. Did you have the same information? Yes. 24,
There are some of us who see beyond, and some of us are just sheep led to the slaughter. And we think that because we send these people to Congress to represent the American people, that that's what they're there for. They may go there with that intention, but it's not long before they are bought sometimes and paid for by special interests. And so the American people have been hurt because their congresspersons are not theirs. I mean, imagine manipulating intelligence, that intelligence would not guide policy, but policy would manipulate intelligence. This is what happened that brought us into this Iraqi war. And unfortunately, as intelligent as our members of Congress are, they are too trusting of those who manipulate them so easily for purposes far beyond what they can see. And right now, everywhere you see trouble in the world and war, you should look underneath it. War in the Sudan in the south. What was in the south? Oil. War in the west now, in Darfur. What's in the west? Oil.
Congo.
War. In war in Nigeria with Biafra breaking away. What was at the root of it? Oil. Now I learned that in Gaza, they have found oil and gas on the 22 miles outside of Gaza in the sea. Mm-hmm. And I said, my goodness, is that why they're trying to make Gaza a no man's land so that those people will leave?
I wanted to get to Africa, but when you were talking about resources, the situation in the Democratic Republic of Congo, with cobalt, number one exporter of cobalt, number 2 exporter in the world of diamonds. Then you talk about copper and tin and zinc, and that's why they're there. We'll be back with more in just a moment. I promise you I'm going to the phones also. The minister's going to be here with us for another hour, and again, I want to reiterate the fact that this will be replayed at 1 o'clock this morning. I'm Cliff Kelly. This is The Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
The Talk of Chicago is 1690.